My name is Mr Oshiyemi. I'm the Managing Director, CEO of Recruit Consulting. We hire, we train, and we retain. My relationship with Hastom Global goes way back to since 2014, 2015, since I met Mr. Thomas. It's been a wonderful opportunity for me to have worked with Hastom Foods, and I can tell you it's been a wonderful experience. I'm one of the clients of that company, and they have done fantastically well. I bought about 20 acres of land from Hastom Foods, and that has been the investment that I made in that organization. It's a land opportunity, it's a land investment, real estate investment that came to me through Hastom at that time, and I was able to make investment into that, and I have no regrets at all whatsoever. My main concern about agriculture, about real estate, usually is when you're dealing with people who are not organized. You're dealing with omoniles of this world. You're dealing with people who do not have the right documentations, do not have the right pedigree, and then you're worried, you're concerned about your investment, and you're wondering if this is going to work or not. So when I met with Hastom, I had that opportunity of visiting them at Ogbomoso, and I can tell you I was pleasantly surprised at the level of organization and the team, the passion, the leadership, and how they've invested themselves. And I saw enough proof for me to be able to do business with them, and I did. And since then, I've also brought in clients to them, and it's been a wonderful relationship thus far. I found Hastom Global, and Hastom Global found me in the sense that I was looking for investment opportunity in the area of land. I wanted to do some agriculture. I wanted to do some long-term investment in agriculture at that time. So when I met Thomas, the MD, CEO of Hastom, on Naira land, I think, at that time. So there was a lot of pictures, there was nothing not to like about it. And then I visited Ogbomoso, and I was pleasantly surprised because the massive expanse of land that was available, the documentation that was available, and the fact that the tribal leaders in that area were also had backed him up. So that gave me a lot of confidence and credibility that I needed. So that was how I found Hastom. I was trying to solve the problem of dealing with the unorganized set of people. I mean, sometimes you deal with omoniles, and there is no structure, there is no safety, there is no security of any sort when you're dealing with some people that are not organized. So if you're buying land in Nigeria, you have to be careful, because there are so many stories of all kinds of things that have happened around here in terms of authentication, in terms of the right documents, the right ownership of land, and all of that could be worrisome when you're dealing with land in Nigeria. My fear was allayed because, again, I saw the right documentation, I saw the right approvals was given for the lands they were selling. I saw that it had potential because, again, it was massive expanse of land that they were presenting, that they were selling at that time. So my fears was allayed when I saw all their documents, and my mind was at rest. And I was rest assured that I was dealing with the right organization. Well, for me, the problem that Hastom Foods and Farms are solving for our society is very, very important. They're creating the ecosystem that is needed to bring in those who want to be investors, both in land as well as those who want to do agribusiness, and I think that is very, very encouraging. You're finding that ecosystem is lacking a lot of structure, that ecosystem is lacking a lot of credibility, and Hastom basically is bridging that gap by bringing in the right machineries, the right intelligence, the right personnel, and they are leading with all of this passionately, and then basically creating that avenue for people to come together and do business in agriculture in Nigeria, and I think that is something that is commendable. think what stood out for me, and that was why I chose Hastom, is the fact that, I mean, I saw their level of seriousness. They were serious, and they are still very serious as at date with the way they do business. The community, you know, appreciates them for what they're doing. They have the right lands, they have the right documentation for the lands that where they are invested. They are doing the agriculture themselves, and they are bringing in the machineries, they are getting all the intelligence required to do this. When you find a young man who is going, you know that this guy has vision for what he's doing. You know, I mean, the other day I called him, he was at LBS, Lagos Business School, studying further, looking into agriculture, agribusiness, building things and buying machineries and all of that. You know that this guy is serious about what he's talking about, and that for me gave me a whole lot of confidence in the fact that, look, I can deal with this guy and we can go far together. And that's why I chose Hastom. What surprised me the most visiting Ogbomoso was the fact that, I mean, I saw that Hastom has done this. They are passionate about what they do. You see a corn farm here, you see a groundnut farm there, you see a cashew farm there. And I said to myself, these guys are serious about what they're doing. And for me, that was a pleasant surprise. And the sheer massive expanse of land that was available, that for me really was a pleasant surprise. And I said, look, I've got to be part of this innovation, I've got to be part of this idea. And I bought into the concept. And I have no regret whatsoever to have invested into Hastom. My favorite part of my experience working with Hastom it's just in the fact that, look, there is future in agriculture, there is future in real estate. For me, it's the sheer fact that, look, I have something on the long term. I mean, I personally have the vision of developing my cashew farm on my 20 acres of land, and I really want it to be 100 acres of cashew farm. That would be a fantastic thing to have in retirement. So for me, that was a pleasant thing for me to have, and really, it's a long-term project for me. And there's not, I mean, what is there not to enjoy in being in a farm environment? I grew up. There was a part of my growing up years that was in the farm settlement, you know, with my grandparents and all of that, and it was really a peaceful time. If you're thinking about something that gives you some relaxation and all of that, I think agriculture and farming, I mean, and real estate does that, and for me, that is what is in it for me. Okay, my big dreams for agriculture or agribusiness is to have my own cashew farm, maybe have a cattle ranch along with it, because I mean, I see some integration between cattle and cashew. I've seen that already. I saw that in Hastom, and I think that is something that, you know, is desirable. It's desirable, I mean, for a retirement plan. I totally enjoyed that possibility, and I saw when Hastom discussed with me the idea of cross-pollinating ideas, the idea of mixed farming, having cassava here and there, having some yam, having some other things. I mean, it was really, there's nothing not to like in all of that possibility, you know. So for me, that is the prospect that I have. I mean, that's the dream that I have. I mean, for making that investment or making that move, you know, to acquire those lands, you know, in Ogbomoso. I see myself doing bigger things in agriculture later on. I mean, it's futuristic for me. Agriculture is fantastic. I've dabbled into fish farming. I've dabbled into cassava. I've dabbled into, you know, some pieces of things here and there, and even into plantain. Yeah, I have. And I can tell you, there is something very powerful about agriculture. Maybe it's poultry, or it's piggery, or it is cassava that you want to look into, or it is animal husbandry. And for me, I do have some of those dreams, and it connects with who I am in my core. It connects with my heritage. My grandparents were giant farmers, and I spent 5 years of my life with them in the village, so I know what this is. You know, there's a part of me that connects with that vision. And I think for Hastom Global, Hastom Foods and Farms, there is that template that I've seen, and I've seen them do this in terms of how they themselves have invested into planting, into animal husbandry, into cattle ranching and all of that. And I see a future, I see an alignment between us and them in the future, somewhere along the line. I would really like to see that. Will I recommend Hastom Foods and Farms? The answer is yes, yes, yes. I have recommended Hastom to some of my friends, and they've bought land in Ogbomoso. And I will recommend more. And that is because I believe so much in the vision of Hastom. And you can see from their body language that they are serious about this. They have the potential. They have the dream. Their leadership is really, really passionate about this. You can see it in the things they have done. Don't follow a man for what he says. Follow him for what he does. They are serious about this. They've gone to Lagos Business School. They've bought machineries. They are building houses on the farm. I mean, come on, that is very, very visionary. And I've been part of their journey in the last 4 or 5 years, and I have no regret whatsoever. Well, what I'll say to anybody that wants to invest in Hastom Foods and Farm is that please do not hesitate in any way. These guys are focused, they're serious about what they do. There is a very large and huge ecosystem they are building for those who want to invest in real estate as well as in farming business. I think they are the go-to people right now. They're young, they're sassy, they're vibrant, they're passionate about it. I've seen the farm. I've been to Ogbomoso. I have land in Ogbomoso, 20 acres at this point, and I'm hoping to make it 100 acres. I think Hastom is the right place to be.